Okay, now we're on a new case. We can think about what would happen if we need to make an appointment. So again, we haven't actually called the number yet. So let's call the number that's available to us. And let's imagine that the person has answered the phone. And the person that has answered the phone has said the person that we're after is available tomorrow to call. So in that case, we'd hit the appointment button. And here we have a list of the current time and a calendar of days in the future. Now, all these blue ones are where we have appointments available. You'll note because we've restricted the ability to make appointments to only when a shift is available, everything else is grayed out because we've only defined shifts for this week. So this would remind the interviewer to say, okay, I'm available to call you for the rest of this week. Let's say they're available on Wednesday. Now we can only have appointments available between 5 and 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. If that didn't suit, let's say they're available on Thursday between, we ask the hours when the person will be available between. So they might say, call me back between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So to do that, we'd choose a start time and end time. Now we can choose to call them back on the particular number we called them on, or we can add a new phone number. So if the respondent has a new number to call, we could add that here. So let's say they've said to call me on this other number. We can add this to the case and call them on that number instead. And this just confirms if we want to schedule the appointment. This checkbox will allow you to mean that only you, as the telephone interviewer, can call that appointment. Otherwise, it will be, as the default, that box being empty means any telephone interviewer can call this person back. So let's make that appointment. Okay, so this just takes a second to load. Great. Okay, so now you can see we've got an appointment for this case between 6 and 7. But we're still on the phone with this person. Let's say goodbye to them, and to do that, you'd click on Call Hang Up, and now you'll see it's given us a list of outcomes that are now restricted to appointment outcome types, and that's because we have made an appointment, and we can choose the specificity of the appointment that we've made. So it's either definitely been made with the respondent, so that would be this outcome. If the appointment is definite but was made with another person, you'd choose this other, definite appointment other. If they just said, oh, call me back on Thursday, that what we'd call an unspecified appointment with the respondent. Or if you'd called somebody and they'd answered the phone and said that the person might be available on Thursday, that would be an unspecified appointment with the other person. But let's pretend we actually called the person and that it was the respondent and they said they were available. So that's what kind of appointment that is. So let's put that in. Okay, now that we've made an appointment for a future time, if we try and call the next number available to us, the system's going to remind us, hey, that's not what you're going to do, not what you should do, even though there's another phone number available to call. Because the current outcome is an appointment, it knows not to try and call them back straight away. It won't call them back until that appointment time. So by clicking Call Hang Up, it's going to direct us to end the case until we're ready for the next one. Okay, so let's do that and move on to the next case. Great, and let's think about a scenario where we have to talk to the respondent and go through the survey.